Extremely excited to be here at the Yelahanka Air Force Station. We're going to be meeting with Air Commodore Rohith Vijayadev, Vayu Sena Medal. He's the Air Officer commanding here at the Yelahanka Air Force Station for the Aero Show, Aero India 2025. Come, let's chat with him. It's an absolute pleasure and honor to have Air Commodore Rohith Vijayadev, Vayu Sena Medal, Air Officer commanding here at the Yelahanka Air Force Station. We're going to be discussing Aero India 2025, Asia's largest aero show. Welcome, sir.
It's my privilege, Disha. Thank you for having me on the show.
I must say, it's also a special privilege because you're a Bangalore boy.
Yeah, it's an honor to be in this position, hosting an Aero India, being a Bangalorean.
So tell us, is Aero India bigger and better this time?
Definitely. This is the 15th edition of the Aero India. And this year, we've already crossed the number of exhibitors to a large extent. We almost have about 550 exhibitors with more than 450 foreign exhibitors already coming on board. A large amount of venue space has been increased. We almost have 3 new exhibition venues in the exhibition area. And the flying display also will include many more aircraft from various countries. And apart from that, to make this event more, friendly for the entire people who are coming to attend it, we've started with a lot of facilities, right from having buses, bringing them to GKVK, which is a central parking area, or the vehicles to park there, and through the state government and BMTC and the Ministry of Defence, we've got buses made, hired to bring them all to the venue directly, so they don't need to bring their private vehicles. And apart from that, we've also gone into preparing service lanes. A large number of gates for entry and exit have been increased. A lot of facilities for the people in terms of water, resting places, mist fans wherever possible. And also for the user in terms of their cellular network, which normally gets clogged. We've increased the number of cell towers, a lot of ATMs, mobile ATMs. And we've tried to make it as friendly for the person attending this time, so that he doesn't have to think that it's a long distance to come to. And he will get a better experience this time, coming to the place, watching it and seeing a bigger show.
So Bangalore is known for its infamous traffic. You were born and raised in Bangalore. You've seen it change over the years. If someone is feeling skeptical, कि यार इतनी दूर कौन जाएगा? Traffic में घंटों फंसे रहेंगे. There's a lot of work you've put in over the last 1 year to make that smoother for people. Can you tell us in detail about, in terms of transportation, apart from the BMTC buses, encouraging people to use public transportation, what have you all done in terms of your driving into the aero show?
We have the BMRCL, Government of Karnataka. A lot of people have come together to make a lot of facilities for this place. So we've had service lanes, and right from identifying the traffic somewhere close to Jakkur, where they can be bifurcated into going into the air display viewing area directly. And from there, it's just about 100 meters once you get down to walk into the space. So it's much more of a lesser distance to walk. And I think that is a big positive attraction that people should look forward to. And on the main exhibitor area, we've tried to make sure that the airport traffic does not get clogged. So we've given out advisories through the BIL to the users so that they don't have to use these routes as far as possible. And to make sure that the lanes are not clogged, we've utilized the traffic on the service lanes this time. So anybody coming in a cab or something can get dropped off at the main gate. And when he's going back, we made a service lane on the other side where the vehicles can be parked that side. So they just need to cross across through a subway without crossing the main highway. And they can go and mount their vehicles on the other side. So it's almost, if you don't bring your own vehicle, it's that much more friendlier for you. Traffic, Bangalore is infamous. But at the same time, the good part about Bangalore is the traffic keeps moving.
Yes.
Unlike in many other places. So you will continue to move forward. And it is, I would say, worth the effort, because what you're going to come here and see is going to be an exhilarating experience and awe-inspiring. So I think it's worth all the effort for the famous Bangalore enthusiasts, who are always a part of this show.
So is it safe to say, sir, that airport traffic will be unaffected during the aero show and people don't have to be paranoid about missing their flights? Largely.
To a large extent, you are right. The attempt through a coordination with various agencies has been to try and achieve this. So the groundwork has been done with phenomenal support from the Government of Karnataka and BIL and all other agencies which were necessary for this infrastructure development. Like I told you, we even made a special gate so that when people are exiting, they go into the service lane directly towards the airport, and then they can take a U-turn from under the underpass and go back to Bangalore, so that traffic doesn't come onto the main highway. So plus the advisories, the signboards, And we've already publicized adequately for people to use the Hennur road or any other alternate road also as far as possible. With the Bangalore airport being connected with various new roads nowadays.
Yes.
It would be preferable. But definitely you will not be in a situation as you used to be before. We hope that people would participate in these efforts that we have done and make sure that people can go to the airport without any fear.
So Asia's largest aero show, that's a tall claim. Asia is a huge continent, includes biggies like China, the Middle East collectively. What kind of participation are we expecting? What makes it Asia's largest aero show? I know the numbers are mammoth. Can you throw a little light on that?
Most important thing that here in this entire region, it is the only air show that has been going on since 1993. Historically, I think there's nothing that comes close to it. And the progression of this air show over the years, for those who've been, an intrinsic part of it, and for the Bangalore enthusiasts especially, Bangalore and Aero India has become synonymous.
Yes.
So like in other countries, you have some air shows like Farnborough. Bangalore and Aero India is known the world over. And people look forward to coming here in the month of February, every alternate year, to participate. This year too, we've got a large number of aircraft which are coming in. People are coming in because we are a customer who would be looking to buy some of these aircraft. People are looking to come here and be a part of our Make in India, participate with us in Atmanirbhar Bharat, have ventures which they can therefore give us the technology, transfer of technology, and give us the equipment that we require. So compared to any other air show which is just evolving or just starting in the recent past, this is well known throughout the world.
So 5 days, Monday to Friday. Can you break down these 5 days for our listeners and viewers? What can we expect across the 5 days?
Okay. Primarily the first 3 days, that is the 10th, 11th and 12th, we've termed them as business days. And the 10th will be the inaugural day. We will have a fly past in the morning, followed by a ceremony of inauguration of the various venues. And thereafter the business starts. On that day, we have only one flying display. Similarly, on the 11th and 12th, we'll have a flying display in the morning. So all these days, the flying displays will be in the morning time, between 9 to 12. After that, you'll have some amount of displays by certain aircrafts which will be coming in and doing. We will also have customer demonstration flights. And while the exhibition venues, we'll have a lot of seminars, we'll have a lot of dialogues. We also have something known as the bridge. And we also have the Chiefs Conclave. We're engaging with a lot of countries from the foreign air forces. So a lot of activity is going to take place over the 3 days. And the 4th and the 5th day, that is the 13th and the 14th, would be the most exciting, which we call as the public days, wherein we'll have the entire air show open to people to come in on those 2 days. We'll have 2 displays in each day, one in the morning and one in the afternoon. So you can come in at either of the times to watch this display. And on the 14th, again, we'll have 2 displays. And all of these aircraft which are coming in now would be performing throughout this, including the Surya Kirans, our own team. And we expect to see a lot of beautiful maneuvers by the LCA and the Su-30s, a lot many more aircraft as well. And once they arrive here, we'll definitely put it out to you as to what exactly we have on board.
How many people are we expecting this time, sir? Because the Aero India 2025 has a lot of buzz around it. What numbers are we looking at?
To begin with, we're expecting something more than 5.5 lakh plus over the 5 days. We could expect it to go even further, probably 7 lakhs. And this time, with the amount of buzz that's on, I think we can break records. The first 3 days also, we are allowing certain more people to come in this time. So and plus with all these facilities that have been created and the efforts to make it more smoother, I'm sure we'll have more participation. And the buzz is very, very good. Let me tell you that.
It is true. And is it going to be comfortable for people coming in? I know there's a lot of arrangement in terms of water and shelter and ATM kiosks. Can you take us through the arrangements, facilities?
Absolutely. I'm being a Bangalorean, I've been to this place many times, and both that's some experience that I had. And apart from that, a lot of feedback we've taken. So like every year, we take a feedback after the Aero India. We analyze that feedback and see what we need to put in. So the work starts there itself. So after we analyze that feedback, then we start making joint meetings with all the agencies and work out on all the infrastructure. So like I brought out on the infrastructure, we got roads and gates. Apart from that, we also understood that nowadays everybody is going to use their phones to pay or to even make videos or to show everybody that they are online or to have some record, some displays and all that. So we've increased the number of cell towers here from 4 to more than 10, with including a couple of mobile cell towers. We bought mobile ATMs also from about 4 banks, which will be around available in case people want to use cash. And en route, so that we've got buses which are there from the parking area on the other side of the road. So we will bring them onto the from there to what we know as the parking area to the cinema theatre just across the road, and they have to walk just about 400 meters. And en route as well, we put some mist fans, we put some various places to rest, and we have water facilities so that people can, be a little more comfortable. The heat will be there because Bangalore is the hottest in this time of the year, but otherwise it's also the best weather to fly. So I think that's what's important.
I believe medical also you all have taken into account.
Yeah, so in line with that, we have increased the number of medical aid posts which we have, and including we have some cardiac posts also additionally created this time. We also have done a recce, an aerial recce of a couple of hospitals where we'll be able to evacuate people through aerial recce. We've got 4 new hospitals identified this year. We've done the trial landings and they've been successful, and so we've cleared 4 hospitals. Apart from that, our air ambulances with the 2 AIM-32s, and we'll also have 2 Mi-17s ready to evacuate people if at all there's a necessity. And as we speak, every day we are having about 3 emergencies being practiced. And on a fire safety aspect, we've had the KSFE read from the 1st of January when we required them. And we've had a team always available here. And on that day, we'll be having 61 fire tenders here inside and 20 outside. We're also having a lot of posts to prevent any kind of drone activities. So we have sentries and even have measures to prevent these kind of activities as well. So infrastructure, security, fire, and whatever can make it more comfortable for the people has been done.
Sir, what do you want to tell children who are showing a great deal of interest, young kids who perhaps want to join the Air Force, or they, want to just see airplanes? Would you like to give the kids a shout out, children of Bangalore and maybe children coming from across India to watch the Aero Show?
Absolutely. Our main target is the children, because this is the time for people to dream, people to live their dreams, people to get inspired and take to wings. Da Vinci once said that when you have once tasted flight, you will forever walk the earth with your eyes turned upward. For there you have been, and there you will always want to return. With that quote in mind, which was said so many years ago, it holds true even today. Our efforts are to inspire the young generation to take to the skies. And what better place to take to the skies than the Indian Air Force? And you'll be pleased to know that we also have specialist assessors from the Service Selection Board who have been positioned here in the Adwa area. But the children will be, invited to come and interact with them, understand what is necessary to join the Air Force, what are the avenues of joining the Air Force, and what kind of a career this place is. It's a calling to serve the nation. It's a calling to take to the skies and always get airborne. And like I said, once you get airborne, you will always remain there, looking always to be there. And we've invited more than about 70 schools with about 7,000 children who will be coming in through this Adwa area to come and watch these air displays. And we have a lot of interactive sessions with them where they'll meet pilots and also understand what is it to become a person in uniform of the Indian Air Force.
How exciting for the kids. And you, as a Bangalore born and bred, raised Josephite, if I'm not wrong, sir. Are you a Josephite?
Absolutely. I studied in St. Joseph's Boys High School, passed out in the year 91. And in my second year PUC from St. Joseph's Arts and Science College, passing out in 93.
But sir, as a Bangalorean, as someone who's born and raised here, where do you place the Aero Show in the scheme of things for Bangalore, an aerospace enthusiastic city? What value and significance do you think the Aero Show holds for Bangalore as a city?
Well, I can share with you that Bangalore has been at the, I would say the birth of aviation in India. One of the first flights took place in 1911 over Bangalore. And ever since, I think Bangalore has always been tasting, aviation. HAL is over here. The DPSU is over here. Indian Air Force is over here in the form of the training command and various other units associated with training, and even the aircraft system and testing establishment is here. So from an infrastructure and the other support, aviation is in the blood of Bangaloreans. And with Aero India, when it started in 1993 and thereafter 96, it became Aero India. I think it's in the DNA of Bangalore. Earlier, the Yalanka means, along the highway. From along the highway, the air show has become the runway to 1 billion opportunities. So we have graduated from there to there. I'm sure Bangalore is very, very excited. And you will be surprised, many Bangaloreans are flying back from various parts of the world just to come back to ensure that they don't miss out on the air show.
So are there any interesting Make in India initiatives you may want to tell us about at the Aero Show this time?
There are very many, Make in India initiatives. But if I tell you all of them right now, then you will not come to see it. So I would
say we'd rather come.
I'll keep the suspense. But let me assure you, the amount of Atmanirbharta programs, and we have a special pavilion called the India Pavilion.
Oh.
There will be demonstrating and displaying all of these various companies which are associated with this aspect. All the Make in India projects which have been fructified to a large extent as well, we will be able to see. And like I brought out earlier also, Make in India is the theme. And that's the future for us, so that we become more and more self-reliant. Not only that, even from the infrastructure, or I would say the aero engines and other aspects also, what are the new projects which are going to be in terms of some joint venture or whatever will also be taken care of over here. And the Indian Air Force itself is pushing to a large extent to, if I may say, become Saksham, Sashakt and Atmanirbhar. As we say, we are potent, powerful and self-reliant. So Indian Air Force also will be demonstrating most of its indigenous technologies and its aim to be more and more self-reliant through various collaborations in this process.
What is your favorite part of the Aero Show as the man overlooking the entire project? You've been working on it for a year.
Being a Bangalurean and being in the Indian Air Force in uniform, I think the most important and the most highlighted aspect for me would definitely be the flying display. What you get to see here in terms of not just our own aircraft, but also the capabilities of other aircraft is an experience you will not get anywhere else in the country, and not country in the whole of Asia, for its size and experience. So I think the flying display, the various aircrafts, low-level aerobatics, just listening to the sound of the buzz of the engines that, when they go past the skies, that itself, creates goosebumps. So I think that is the most exciting part for me. And being at the helm of Yelahanka, that is as the air officer commanding of this base, and for a Bangalorean to be commanding this base, I think the Indian Air Force has given me a great privilege. And it's very important that I live up to this expectation, not just from the Indian Air Force's point of view, but also for myself, so that this show goes off to the best of its abilities, and whatever is necessary has been planned out and put into place, and we only wish for the best things to happen and for all of everybody else to have a very good experience while they come to this air show.
What is the aim of the Aero India 2025 if you had to put it in a nutshell? What is the intent, the purpose, the mission, the goal?
Aero India is primarily a celebration of dreams taking flight. In a nutshell, it's a runway to a billion opportunities. But more than that, I think it's the fruitfulness of ingenuity, it's fruitfulness of innovation, technical excellence, and the human pursuit of excellence, all coming together and being shown to everybody, not just as one nation, but as many nations uniting. And in this age of the space age, where we are becoming an aerospace force, I think Aero India can be called a galaxy to limitless opportunities.
And a message for people coming: should they be wary? Should they be careful? Should they keep a few things in mind before they attend the Aero Show? What would you like to tell the people who are attending, who bought their passes and are really looking forward?
Well, I will just ask them to be a little more careful in terms of consumption of water. So they should carry some water with them. It's always better to have, precaution is better than cure. So you can carry your water, some goggles, sunscreen will always help you.
Cap.
And a cap or a hat, which is, of course, colorful as much as I say for the ladies and for the young men. Apart from that, we've done whatever we can to make it a more pleasant and a memorable experience. And we look forward to seeing all of them here and enjoying the show.
So it's a huge event, massive, Asia's largest aero show. What goes into getting such a big event organized? What's the biggest challenge?
Well, the biggest challenge I would say would be that it's a unique air show where we have a lot of multi-agency coordination. Right from the event being hosted by the Ministry of Defense, the various departments of the Ministry of Defense, which undertake various activities to enable this show to happen, and flowing downwards, right from the Indian Air Force, the government of Karnataka, various other central and state agencies, including the paramilitary forces and our own sister services. So all of them are integrated at various levels to produce different kinds of requirements that make this event a reality. From infrastructure, we need the local authorities to provide us with buses, provide us with the infrastructure to build up the roads, make it more easy to access this place. Security is very, very important because we have a lot of dignitaries coming. It's a very, very high value and high visibility event. So we integrate a lot with all these agencies as well. So preparation and execution of all the tasks and involving different agencies coming together to produce one mega event, one of its kind. That is what is the biggest challenge. But I must place on record that I think it's been seamless integration and absolutely, I would say, pleasurable pleasurable time for me to have been interacting with all these people, and they've been going out of the way to make sure that things happen. I've never had to, ask twice. That's the situation. So The challenge is, however, that getting all these teams together to come here, execute the tasks that we want, build this complete city that is set up here for people to come and experience this event, and the flying display with various countries coming in with their aircraft, the various agencies coming and flying, and the coordination of all of this, both on ground and in air, with all the support. It requires a humongous effort, and not just from all of us in the Indian Air Force, but also from the other agencies as well.
So do you want to talk about the Google aspect of it, where you work with Google to get the maps? Because that's again very interesting for commute, but is that something you want to mention?
All the people who come onto the national highway coming towards the airport tend to all come in at the main gate of the Air Force station and then want to go to a particular place. At this time, we've enabled that the tickets which they purchase will have a code. And once they scan the code through the back office work with the traffic and with the Google companies, we have managed to get them to take them to the Nitte Meenakshi Road directly into the air display viewing area, so that it doesn't clog up the traffic. So, like I said, a lot of thought has gone into this preparation to make sure that this event is better. That way, all of the people who are coming should get into the service lane, okay, right at the RMZ Galleria area. And from there, they can easily go into the Nitte Meenakshi Road and go directly into the air display viewing area. Need not come into the main road at all. So thereby it prevents the clogging of the main road.
So is it safe to say there are two options here? One is for people who just want to watch the air display. The other is exhibition plus air display. Now on the maps, the codes that they use will take them accordingly to either ways. And that's the one they need to follow automatically on the Google Maps.
Absolutely. In fact, on the website, when you purchase the tickets, you'll have two types of tickets. One is the air display viewing area tickets, just for the purpose of display only. And the other ticket is for exhibitors and for those who are interested in the exhibition. So when you buy those two tickets, the cost itself is different, and you will be directed towards the area in which you are expected to be arriving. So therefore, you need to choose the correct ticket, and once you choose the correct ticket, navigate the correct route to reach to that place by using the scan codes, and thereafter that will prevent, therefore, traffic jam and make it more pleasurable to reach here. So those efforts, while we have tried to make sure that the infrastructure and the efforts have been done, I think the public should also take some interest and effort to try and ensure that it fructifies.
And for this, you work in sync with Google and with Bangalore Traffic Police.
Absolutely, it's a coordinated effort between the state traffic agencies and the back office work by them and us. And in fact, we've done the entire grid mapping of the entire area as well through various things, and we've got it down to that level where people will be able to identify how to navigate and what all accessories they need from various companies to have provided that back office work as well.
And finally, sir, message for the youth before we let you go. What would you like to tell the youngsters of the country who look up at the Indian Air Force with all the glint and aspiration in their eyes?
Well, for the youth, the message will be that in this age of space, the sky is not the limit, it's just the beginning. And for Nama Bengaluru, I'd like to say, firstly, ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. ನಿಮಗೋಸ್ಕರ ಎಲ್ಲ ಪ್ರಬಂಧನೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಏರ್ ಶೋ ಬನ್ನಿ, ಜೊತೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ಸೇರಿ ಹಾರೋಣ.
Thank you for your time, sir. It's been an absolute pleasure, and wishing your team the very best. I'm sure the music is going to be absolutely beautiful and pleasant for all of us, and we look forward to being at the Aero Show.
Thank you, Disha. I think it's a privilege of mine to have been given an opportunity to speak to you and to the people as well. And on behalf of the Indian Air Force, we thank you very much, and we look forward to hosting everybody in Aero India 2025.